Or,
dude, I want to see them do more actual, like you talked about, like, I'm sure it's funny. I don't watch as much of the briefings and stuff as you by a long shot, but like so much of it, like I'm sick of the bluster and the bloviating and like we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Like the deportation levels are so fucking low. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Like that was something that they got elected on. And now it seems like it's taken a backseat to a bunch of other things that are less impactful to Americans. And so like the whole, like, and there's too many like grifter class people out there, like who just are high on like the owning the libs portion of it, where it's like, oh, it upsets the libs so much. And it's like, fine, if you want to laugh at that.
Oh, he made email signatures, remove pronouns. We got them.
Yeah, just stuff that's like, okay. And meanwhile, what 410 people got deported today? Like we have tens of millions of people here illegally living off of our economy, our system, sending tens of billions annually back in remittances. Dude, it's they said 11 million illegals in 2004.
Trump said between
and in 2011
and 20 million. But Trump said that, so I don't know like what the real number is, but that's what Trump said.
Look, so, they're doing all those things, military. And I know that they're not getting their deportations per day. I think are frustrating for the administration as well, because they put a lot of money into it. They've hired a lot of people.
Really not enough.
I don't think that's the issue. I don't know if they've got a bottleneck or what's going on. Clearly, they can find the people if they want to find them. That camp in Gitmo is fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so interested in what's the criteria for who gets sent there. Like who gets sent to Gitmo, right? Like, could it be a criminal from Mexico who, like, I don't know, hit and run? Like, does that guy get sent there? Because I mean, hit and run sucks, but I don't think you get sent to Gitmo for hit and run, even if you are Mexican. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't know why we should be paying to put any of these people in prison. Like,
because Taylor,
if someone commits a murder and they're a Honduran national and they kill someone in Oklahoma, like now we have to pay for their imprisonment forever.
No,
like, this isn't like this is like releasing animals.
The question around that, Taylor, is always, if we don't punish them, what stops them from coming here for their murdercations?
We force Honduras to like this isn't like we're releasing animals back in the wild. Like we're taking them to Honduras, and then Honduras officials, their cops, take them and lock them up there, and then they foot the bill for it.
But we don't know what their justice system is like. How can they punish someone for something that was done in our country? If they break our laws, they have to face our justice system. That's the way it works.
All the countries in South America have extradition with the U.S. And so, like, they clearly would acknowledge like a murder.
That's irrelevant. That's
not what extradition is for.
No, but right? I'm saying they have similar laws insofar as someone who commits a violent crime here, you can't do that there either.
But that's not applicable in this scenario in which they've committed a crime in the United States, a United States crime, and they go back to Honduras to serve their time. It's just not how it works. And if it did, we couldn't trust Honduras to properly punish them. What we do is we punish them here. I remember when I was getting sentenced that day, there was a guy who was an illegal Mexican who had come in and he had driven a truck full of methamphetamine, liquid methamphetamine, to Atlanta. And he was in this huge rap. Everybody ratted on him. And he was getting like 30 fucking years or something like that here. And they let him know. And after you're done with your 30 years, then you'll be deported back to Mexico.
Why do we pay for him to be here for 30 years? Like,
because he broke an American law. We have to punish him. We can't turn him loose.
I hear Taylor's thought, like, why don't we just save money by letting them punish their people?
It's how it works in every country, everywhere. Like, if you break a French law, you can't come serve your time in the United States. You know what I mean? Like you just can't choose what.
We can.
They didn't deport Brittany Grimes when she had pot in Russia, right? She was in a Russian gulag or whatever.
Yeah, she broke a Russian law, so she faces the Russian justice system. That's just how it has to work.
My fear is that Honduras would be like, well, Americans aren't real people, so we're going to pretend to put them in jail, and then 6 weeks later they get out.
Now, on the other side of that coin, we have this other group of people who have committed horrific crimes in their home countries, and they are here. They are wanted for double, triple murder, child pornography in Venezuela, and they're in Texas and they're caught. And we have a choice. Do we send them back to Venezuela and count on them to handle it, or do we send them to Guantanamo? And that's what I want to know about the delineation between the two, how they're siphoning those out, because they are definitely making the decision that people from that Venezuelan gang, Trende, Nagua, whatever it is, something like that. they're sending those people to Guantanamo because they don't believe sending them back to Venezuela is in our best interest. They think they'll end up right back here. The same way that Al-Qaeda gets sent to Guantanamo for the same reason. If we send an Al-Qaeda member back to Saudi Arabia, they'll be like, welcome back, comrade. Like, nice fucking job. It's been a long time. Pat him on the back and give him some sort of Khabib-like make it rain party or something. So you've got to house him and punish him here because it won't happen otherwise. But
yeah, that's fair.
So we need. Right, I think we put them to work is the right solution. We look. Slavery didn't get abolished; it just got altered. Like slavery is perfectly legal as long as the person is incarcerated by the government. That's why we have those private prison systems that make that
me
turn a
hates
profit.
that. I don't like. If I have a license plate making business, then suddenly you get free employees. I'm like, what am I gonna do? This guy's got guys working for 70 cents an hour, and I pay mine $20. I can't compete. You're gonna have them pave roads. You're gonna have them build homes.
We'll have to tear up the prisons.
There's a program. It's in one of the southern states. It's either Louisiana or Alabama. There's a program where they let these people out of jail to go serving real jail time. They let them out of jail to go work at fast food restaurants and then back in the jail. The restaurant doesn't pay the person; they pay the prison for their employees. So they don't even have to pay minimum wage anymore for the guy taking your order at Burger King. They can get one of the slaves from the local prison.
Oh,
gotta be.
I
Arby's.
assumed they paid the prison market rates.
No, why would they? Don't have to.
No. When you assume,
I think whenever the prisoners go and work elsewhere,
It's
they just pay them like
crazy.
cents a day, like the firefighters or
I,
so they still get paid, but like barely anything. Especially the firefighters, and then they get released, and then they cannot be firefighters because they're felons.
if it's
our
my
pay-
life ambition to be a smoke jumper, and then these guys get half the jobs, I'm like, oh, darn it.
I think
Yeah.
minimum wage in federal prison was like 9 cents an hour.
At that point, like, why even pay? Like, that's so insulting.
It adds up.
If I were to shovel my elderly neighbor's driveway, I would rather them be like, "Oh, thank you so much for your assistance," than be like, "Oh, you wait here," and then they give me 11 cents. I'd be like, "Fuck you!" Like, just they don't even.
I was like, it adds up. Taylor, did you even consider that 72 cents a day? Use your head.
That's true. How many max is that over time?
What you got to think about is if you've got nobody, oh, look at that. If you've got nobody to help you from the outside, and that's your only way, there are better paying jobs that I think paid like 10 or 15 cents or something like that, and you can work multiple jobs. So you can do a ton of hours in a week, and it'll add up to like $10 or $20 a month that you can at least get decent toilet paper. Are you
I didn't
gonna
know
get
that it was
locked
that
up?
much.
Yeah, if you're gonna get locked up and do it in Colorado, you get almost $1 an hour. That's a good deal. You got to work 33 hours in Louisiana to get
$1 go further in Louisiana.
and then I guess
Alaska's
it's
not
much
half
better
bad.
than
Look at New York getting ripped off.
Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina. They're not paying at all.
Oh shit. Yeah, North Carolina.
So I guess they don't have to pay them.
Well, it's their minimum wage, but I'm sure they pay something. Because like Alabama, for example, is in yellow. It says no pay, but that's state prisons, huh? I was in the federal thing, so
making
sure
the
it's
big
different.
bucks.
Wow. Well, la di da. He was in
Kyle flexing on us.
Dude,
I
they
was
put
in
your
federal prison.
They put your remaining.
wouldn't you?
I really like the messaging from this administration, though. That's what I like. I like the show so much. Kristi Noem, I don't know what she is, the border czar or something. She's all about the border, seemingly. I see her down there in like tight jeans and her hair and makeup done professionally, moving like fences into place with guards and stuff. And one of her quotes was like, it was about illegal criminals. And she's like, "We're gonna hunt you down. We're gonna find you. You can run, but you can't hide." And then that Tom Homan guy comes on, and Taylor, you nailed it so well. He looks like that Tower of London executioner who's just praying that he'll get permission to use his new pincers. Oh, my lord, may I use the new pincers? No, Tom, not the pincers. Just slap them around a little.
Doing his ogre voice. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
he's got ogre jaw.
I love that
I wonder
guy.
what they're going to do with the mass deportation, because they made a big show
Not doing
out of
shit yet.
it's seemingly a couple hundred deportations right as they hit the ground. And now it's like, I'm making this up in my own mind. Have they realized that mass deportations will wreck agriculture and construction? Home prices are already an issue, right? So if you just take out all the illegals and now
we have a shit ton of homes that need filling, that would help.
I hadn't looked at it through that lens.
It would help.
I was talking about home building, which would obviously be heavily impacted. But if they're living in homes that would get resold, then yeah, maybe it puts some supply on the market. Kyle says no.
A lot of
What is your
supply.
thought, Kyle?
You don't want to live in a place that rents to illegal people, do you? Probably a reason they're renting to illegal people. Probably not a reputable establishment, landlord type situation. I know where I rent from, you wouldn't fly. I don't know what it's going to do. I just want them gone because it seems like the right thing to do. I don't want them snatching up taco truck vendors necessarily, but I love them getting all these criminal guys out. And I like the Tom Holman guy. I love the attitude and again the messaging of the administration, where there's no punches pulled. There's no qualms about offending someone with the way they refer to someone or how aggressive their language is. It's always aggressive, biting language. It's the way that people talk on like a construction site when there's no time for bullshit or fanciness. It's like, give me the hammer. It's like nobody's offended. He needed that fucking hammer. Look, like it's that kind of back to business kind of attitude. And that's what I like so much every day when I watch whatever news I intake, where I watch a lot of CNN and Fox mostly now. And that's what I like. And when Tom Holman comes out and he's scary, or when JD Vance goes over and he gives a speech to the Europeans and shits on them, I loved that. I loved that speech. He went over there and he's like, the enemy isn't China and Russia. The enemy I fear the most is the enemy from within. The people in this country stomping on free speech like a Stalinistic regime. And they got their panties in a twist. And everybody over here is like, oh, Trump's upset our allies. Yeah, he's upset them. What are they doing? They're in a meeting coming up with the money he wants from them. Yeah, like that's what they're doing. They're like,
they're going to be upset because we're telling them in effect, hey, this little gravy train, this enormous gravy train where we've been bankrolling you for years and years and years, we're not prepared to do this any longer. Hopefully,
when you say bankroll, you mean we're investing heavily in our military, so they don't have
heavily.
to.
Where like you look at the NATO, like
he wants 5%
breakdown. It's fucking ridiculous how much more we carry. And then,
that's true.
Of course, they're not going to cheer that. They're having their feet held to the fire.